Library databases can be a confusing topic for anyone new to academic research. That's why librarians are here to help you navigate the murky waters. So what are they? Library databases are digital collections of academic materials that are searchable. Usually these are resources like journal or newspaper articles, videos, images, etc. They are often provided through your university or college library's website. It sounds pretty simple, right? Unfortunately, it's not that easy. For a lot of different reasons that I won't get into here, library databases have a huge range of styles in their interfaces and search features. Students are often intimidated when they first try to use them because they look a little different from the sleek Google page they're used to. But once you get to know how they work, you'll be using them like an expert. You might be asking, why should I use library databases when I can just use Google? There are a lot of reasons. Overall, library databases are much more reliable and credible than Google results. They are generally articles that cite their sources, give you background information, and present valid studies with new information in the field. Also, once you learn how they work, they bring back much better results than Google. They're free for you to use while you go to school, so it's good to take advantage of the resources while you can. If you plan to get your master's or PhD degrees, you will most likely use these databases extensively, so getting started early isn't a bad idea. Finally, some professors will just require you to use them, so the sooner you start using them, the more practice you'll have. The first thing you should know is that most library databases are subject-specific. A subject-specific database is one that mostly has articles in a specific subject area. These can range from general subjects such as Science Direct for STEM articles, or incredibly specific subject areas such as British and Irish women's letters and diaries 1500 to 1900, for example. Other examples include ones like CINAHL for nursing research, or ERIC for education research. And there are many, many more.
You can see a full list of all of our databases on the Polk Library homepage by clicking on the Resources by Name link.
A question we often get is, if there are so many library databases, how do I know which one to use for my assignment? That's a great question. First, you may want to check with your instructor, since sometimes they prefer you to use one specific database over another. If they don't have a specific preference, then you can ask a librarian for help. On our homepage, there is a 24/7 chat button where you can ask a librarian for a recommendation or for help finding other reliable sources. Finally, you can use the subject guides on our homepage. Sometimes these are called LibGuides at other libraries. These will tell you which databases are best for specific topic areas. Let's take a look.
Here is the homepage for Polk Library. You'll find the Resources by Subject button under the Find menu here. You can hover over it to quickly check a subject, or you can click it for a comprehensive list. Let's say I'm in a sociology class and I need to do research for a paper, but I'm not sure where to look for sources. If I click on the Resources by Subject guide, I can find a sociology subject guide here. Glancing over the first few options, I can skip the first 5 just from reading their names. My topic is not related to criminal justice, law, or politics. Public administration abstracts or SocIndex might work, so I can try those. This gives me a better start than if I had just used Search at UW, since that brings back broader results across many subjects.
Let's say that your topic doesn't fall so neatly into one subject area. In this case, there are a few databases that are multidisciplinary, like Academic Search Complete, JSTOR, or Very Short Introductions. Academic Search Complete is actually a great place for you to start your research regardless of your topic. Check out our CAP tutorial about how to use Academic Search Complete for more information. Another option would be to use our main search feature, Search at UW. Most college or university libraries have a main search box like this. It searches all of our databases at once and all of our books and other materials. Check out our CAP tutorial about the best ways to use Search at UW if you would like to go this route. So, after you've chosen your database, it's time to conduct your search. While some of the interfaces look intimidating, as I mentioned earlier, they all work essentially the same. Don't worry about all the extra stuff on the page. Your job is to locate their search boxes. Sometimes there are 1, sometimes 2 or 3. In order to give you more relevant results, it's better to identify keywords and phrases for your overall topic. For example, instead of typing in a research question like, "How does getting rid of overdue fines in public and school libraries impact a community?" you would want to identify the key words from the question, such as overdue fines, library, and community. Once you've identified these search terms, put each word or phrase into a different search box if you can. If there's only one search box, then you can put them all in the same place, but put "and" in between them. It helps the database find the most relevant research. The other tip for searching in databases is to use the filters, sometimes called limiters or search options. They may show up on the first page, like they do here, or they may not show up until you've searched, usually on the left. You can use these to refine your results. You can change the publication date, the language, etc. There's usually even a filter for peer-reviewed articles if your instructor wants you to use these. For more information about what peer-reviewed articles are, check out our CAP tutorial on the topic. Now, once you've done your search and selected your filters, you'll see your results, usually just titles and some basic information. Often, students who are just starting to use databases will only look at the first page of results, or even just the first few titles. Databases work differently from Google. Check out more than the first page of results to find good articles or resources. Once you find one that interests you, click on the title to see more detailed information, like the abstract. The abstract will give you a summary of the article. From here, if you like the article, you'll want to download the full text. The full text of the article is the whole document. You can usually find a PDF icon or something that says full text download or HTML download. Another mistake that a lot of students make is just copying the URL or website address at the top from this page and saving it. In some databases that won't work because the URL is session specific. When you close out of the window, it won't go back to that page any longer. The best choice is to download the article to your device as soon as you find it. Sometimes, if you do want to save a link, you can find the permalink, and that should take you back to this page even after you've closed the window. Some databases will automatically start you in the advanced search option. Some you have to choose it. And those are the basics of searching with databases. They all have different quirks, but most students adjust pretty quickly. Remember, librarians are also available to help you with your research, both while you're a CAP student and at whichever university or college you end up going to. Don't be afraid to ask for help if you need it.